Hello, I'm Michael with BackToTheFutureTrading.com, and you're watching another episode of NinjaTrader Unplugged. Whoa, what's that? That is a free indicator that is available online. If you search for it, it's an indicator called Supertrend. Supertrend, and it must be a good indicator, right? Because it has the word super in front of it. Don't confuse the indicator with Rick James and Super Freak, because that's not the same thing. We're talking about the Supertrend indicator. So over here, take a look. I want to show you what it does. It's really very simple. And what it's doing is it's breaking the market up into ATR-based chunks. There's a great market indicator developer, Wells Wilder, lived not too far from here in North Carolina in an area called Greensboro, who did a lot of work on average true range. Average true range. And it was a way of compartmentalizing the market into chunks. How far does the market move on average lately? And I'm going to save this template here. We'll call it NinjaTrader Unplugged / Supertrend, but some of the settings here are really pretty self-explanatory. Do you want to see the bars change color? Do you want to see arrows when the ATR is violated and a new short-term trend begins? And these are all pretty common sense things, and the net result is a free indicator for NinjaTrader that does really well with regards to helping you understand what the local trend is and giving you some low-risk trading opportunities. One of the things that you can do is you can take the secondary indicator in the NinjaTrader Unplugged box and you can add a tool like this one. So put a big EMA on the screen. And this is a 600 period EMA. It's really looking at what the overall trend is right now. And when you do that, you can see that now we have an ability to pair a big trend with a local trend. So here in this case, we see some possible entries, right? We see that there was an entry when this candle closed below our 600 period EMA. We see that there was another opportunity when this candle closed right here. That was a signal, right? We see an opportunity where this candle was a short-term super trend entry, and then again right here. And in fact, there are two more so far. One to the left right here, and then this one which just came within a tick of getting stopped out. So I'm going to put this one right here and show you where that entry would have been. So why were these entries? Well, if you look at the indicator, it's signaling the short-term ATR has been violated, meaning the value that we've chosen as our default for the parameter, we've exceeded that. We've broken through it, and price has chosen a new direction. And now we have this sort of trail stop in place that's giving us a barrier of, hey, if you're going to trail this, you want to keep your stop just above it. And so one of the things I recommend if you use this tool is to have your stop 1 to 2 ticks above or below the trail stop, because nobody likes having the market come up and touch that and then keep going without ever having pierced it or penetrated it. So right now you can see that it came up, touched it, never went past it 1 tick, just kind of kept going down. So if you were short in here, you had a chance to get out, break even by the next blue signal, or you're still in the short looking for it to break through and go down. I want to show you a couple techniques so far as related to that trail stop, because one of the things that we try to encourage people to do with their free indicators is get involved where their risk-reward ratio makes sense. So in this case, we want to be able to risk a predetermined amount. Let's say that's 5 ticks for you. Let's say it's 10 ticks for you. You want to make sure that you have a risk-reward ratio that's greater than 1-to-1 when you're trend trading. We're learning to take small nibbles to test the trend and then let those winners run and manage our money appropriately when those trades are in our favor. So one of the things I want to encourage you with this system is to experiment with entries where you're going for twice as much as you're risking, or 2.5 or 3 times as much as you're risking. And that'll help you understand a little better about the odds of the trades and putting statistics in your favor. So this is a great indicator. Again, very simple, very clear understanding with regards to when the short-term trend has changed. But when we're talking about risk-reward ratios that make sense, I want you to determine when an entry is appropriate for your risk tolerance. So say, for example, you've determined that as a new trader, you don't want to risk more than 5 ticks. You want to keep your initial risk to $50. You have a small account. So one of the things you can do is you can come in here and draw a box. Draw a 5-tick box. So we'll come in here and we'll measure this from top to bottom. And that's 11 ticks. So we're going to decrease this to 5. And now I'm going to change my box to match. So there's a 5-tick risk box right here. So what I can do is now I can take this box and I can use it to measure when my risk is appropriate. What do I mean by that? So let's say, for example, there was this short at 948 here earlier. If you look at where the trail stop was, I'm way down here. There's no chance for me to get in this trade and test that trend with a 5-tick stop. And then as I move the box down, you can see each one of these little hatch marks. Right around here, my risk is 5 ticks. From here to here, it wasn't that big, or it wasn't that small, forgive me. From here all the way up until here, the risk was greater than 5 ticks for me to test this trade. And so there's a possible entry and definitely an entry here. So my risk was 5 ticks. If I have my stop just on the other side of the line, I'm definitely filled right here. And so then this becomes the real entry. This is the first place you have an opportunity to get in where your risk profile is comfortable. Does that make sense? So following that down, you can see where your entries are tolerable. And then over here would have been the same thing. You would have had a 5-tick risk and you'd have been stopped out with just 5 ticks of loss. So another thing to consider, if you have a minimum risk profile, you don't want to risk any more than a certain amount, just draw that box and use it with the Supertrend to find some entries. So Supertrend, not Super Freak, great indicator, free online, free in our NinjaTrader Unplugged box. How do you get a hold of that? You're going to visit us at backtothefuturetrading.com/unplugged. When you get to backtothefuturetrading.com/unplugged, just put your first name and email address in there. We're going to send you a link to our NinjaTrader Unplugged box. Once you get to the box, you're going to see all the indicators that I've uploaded here for you that are free, as well as all the templates that I've created in each of these videos. So if you want to recreate the template that I've created here today, download this template file into your template folder for NinjaTrader, and then install the indicator that I'm going to put up here in a few minutes for you to recreate what we've got. Remember, it's Supertrend. It's a super trend, it's super trendy. Great indicator to get started. Apply it on a couple different markets. Try a couple different bar types. Experiment with it. It's a great way, if you're going to look at trend trading, to enter into this type of market analysis and begin to develop some discipline, begin to develop some money management rules, and have a mechanical entry here that you can follow and begin to possibly build a complete trading system off of. I'm Michael from backtothefuturetrading.com. Appreciate you hanging out with me here. Enjoy the indicator, enjoy the template, and take care.